welcome to the next very, very delayed episode of the $5 million project. So I apologise it's been so long. I actually didn't realise it had been until 2 weeks ago when I was at a conference over in Sydney and someone came up to me and said, "Hey, when's the next video coming out?" I sort of got thinking, thought, oh yeah, it has been a little while. So that means we've done a lot in the last 2 months. There's a lot to talk through. Because this series is all about giving back and helping others that sort of want to go on their own journey of starting a software company, I'm going to focus on the things that I think are most helpful. But just as a high-level overview of what we've been doing the last 2 months, so we've been meeting with New Zealand Trade and Enterprise. I've been talking to them about how they can help us connect with investors, how they can help us as a New Zealand company looking to expand in the world. And they've been incredibly helpful. We've caught up with them both here in New Zealand and Australia. And I think in an episode moving forward, I'll talk more detail around what we're doing on that side of things, because there's quite a lot of very useful information that I've learned, and I think things that will help other people starting up. We had our first in-person board meeting in 18 months. That was in Queensland last week. That was a great experience because the 4 directors hadn't been together for 18 months in person. So actually to sit down and chew the fat and discuss, where we were 18 months ago to where we are now and what we've achieved was a very, very satisfying experience, and also very, very helpful to sort of look forward and go, what's next? What are we going to be doing? But I've spoken a lot about board meetings, so we'll leave that one, not a huge amount to dig into there. Obviously a big plus is we are live. I think when I last recorded this, we weren't. So we've gone through, a lot of bumps and issues and data synchronization problems, and everything now works. We've got clients in the platform, we've got clients running automations, we're away. I'm very relaxed about that now, but I assure you over the last couple of months, I haven't been quite so relaxed. We're looking at how we now take the product from, a very high maintenance, a hugely personalized process in the onboarding journey through to being incredibly automated and self-service, and that's really, really important. So I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about that today. And then lastly, we won an award. Now, not to blow our own trumpet too much, the reason we won an award, yes, we've got a good product and something we firmly believe in, but it was also part of our strategy. We didn't just wake up and go, we're going to enter this award. We've known from day one that in order to achieve our objectives, the $5 million project for me, we need to raise the profile of Roi-AI, not just in our recruitment industry, where obviously the sales of the product are going to come from, but also the broader technology and business space. By doing this, we will have a greater chance of achieving investment if we need it, a greater chance of connecting with the right people for a sale if we need it. So it's the long-term strategy we're playing to there. Now, this award, last year it came too early. This year it was touch and go whether it was too early. Obviously, we wanted a live product in order to be able to talk about something. It had to be live and working. We achieved that goal. But the other thing was the time. It took me a lot of time to put together and do a pitch for a 4-minute pitch, when obviously I was needed to be focused on onboarding our new clients, finishing product development, that side of things. So it was a real decision of, okay, we're going to go down this path. We're going to go for the win. I'm not going to labour the point too much, but one of the biggest learns that over time I've learned is around pitching and speaking is obviously you've got to prepare. If you're going to go for something, you can't go in there half-hearted. So if I'm going to put aside 2 weeks, which is probably 3 or 4 days of solid work into this, we have to win. There's no good putting all that work in and coming second. You just don't get the return from it. So what I did was commit to that, and then spend a lot of time taking a very big presentation and working it down to a point where it was 4 minutes. A couple of key takeaways from it. We had to very, very clearly show the problem, the main problem we were trying to solve. We had to make sure it was very relatable to the audience. And then because our technology is new, definitely in the industry we serve, I had to explain how it worked. I had to show some of the bells and whistles to get people going, that's what that does, that's what that does, so they could imagine it doing other things in their business. So the way I did this is I identified a problem. I said, this is the main problem we're trying to solve. This is how we solve it. I then put a video on the screen that showed exactly how the product itself did it and showed some of the technical stuff happening in the background. And then I talked through that and how that actually worked. That kept me to the time limit because it was a recorded sort of video, and I could talk to that point live. And then after that, once the audience had seen things like chatbots and triggers and delays and branching, then we started talking about, and this is everything else that the product could do. And I think you could see the audience going, oh yeah, I could use it in this way. And immediately afterwards, I was catching up with people who'd said, oh, I think this would be good for our business. And they were saying, I've got this plan, I want to do it this way and it to work this way. And you could see how they were taking the theory that I delivered and were starting to think about it themselves and how it would work with their data. So, as we expected, the return from winning the award has been great. So we've received a lot of publicity. We've been able to talk about it ourselves. Obviously, the awards and the people that run the awards have helped by talking about it. So I think it's really paid off, and it's allowed us to say, we've got award-winning technology, and we're definitely going to continue this strategy of looking for other awards, other things we can pitch and get involved in. So enough of that. Let's talk about sort of taking the product from where we are now to where we want to be in a couple of months. So as I say, we're live, we've got clients in here. What we're finding is the automations and things that we've got pre-built are all working as they're expected. But once you get into a recruitment agency, you find they work in this way and someone else works in this way and someone else works in this way. And you've kind of got to get to one source of truth and say that this is the single best way to deliver and solve this problem. So that's what I'm doing at the moment with, we've got about 6 agencies in there at the moment, and we're onboarding maybe 4 or 5 a month. That's kind of the maximum we can bring in. But that's enough for me to gain insights from these people and understand sort of their challenges and how they're trying to solve things. What I am doing is, in the background, I'm taking all this information that I'm getting and I'm starting to put together the core processes, the core templates, and I'm building all this into a templated tool that's going to have video, it's going to have tutorials, and basically it will enable us to take the product from being high maintenance to single touch, easy onboarding, and easy go live. We've already got one-click data sync, so click, the data syncs. What we want next is that the recruiter, the client, comes in, and they go, these are the problems I'm trying to solve. They can then see the automations they need. They can add them into their workspace. They can tweak them, i.e. tweak the brand side of things very, very easily with clear tutorials, and then they can push go, and those automations go live, and they don't need to worry about anything. That was the vision, if you will, because every other product that I've seen doesn't have that. It's incredibly, again, manual, requires a lot of expertise. These people just don't have the time and energy to do that. So we have to get there. So we are now mid-June. There's still quite a bit of development happening in the background, so we're still finishing a number of areas of the product, and we hope to have those done by the end of August. So concurrently, I hope to have all the tutorials and onboarding guides and everything done end of August, early September, maybe end of September, which means by October we should be at a point where we can go to mass market effectively. The leads that we have, we can allow them to come into the platform a lot faster. Whereas at the moment we're saying to people that we just have to pipeline you and push you a bit further out because we simply can't take the volume of clients in that we would like to at the moment. So that's my challenge, that's what I'm working on. There's obviously lots of other things going on at the same time. So I won't wait 2 months for the next video. I'll probably be back in a couple of weeks and talk to some of the other things that are going on, and obviously how things are continuing with the client testing, the onboarding, and anything else I can think of. Thank you very much. Look forward to speaking to you in a couple of weeks.